and recognise a person who is to be trusted, that they can rely on, that they are pillars within the community, that they can be trusted, that they are honest persons, that they are upright persons, that they will not do others any wrong. And we should be those pillars. We should not be distracted by what's going on in this godless Anglicanism and all the rest of it, and in this world. We should focus upon building ourselves up and being wise to what is going on in this world. In other words, look at this world, begin to understand it, accept the little bit that is good there in the world and reject the rest. Reject the rest. I'm often criticised about not voting in these general election things and local council elections, and it's like preaching to the wind with these people. It is. Because you know, wisdom says this. We get wisdom by thinking over things, mulling over things, questioning things with ourselves, questioning issues, not listening to this pigging world. And I say to people, right, I don't go to the vote. I believe in Brevinism. Don't get me started on that. But I won't vote. Because my mother, you see, always used to say to me, you see those lads up the road, don't join with them, they're bad uns. And we wouldn't. My mother said they were bad boys, so we wouldn't join with them. Okay? Parliament is a bunch of bad boys. You're going to join them by voting for them? I'm not. And I say to people, they're crooks, and child buggerers, miscreants, thieves, vagabonds, the dregs of society. If I vote, I'm approving of that lot, the bad boys. I'm not going to vote what you want me to vote. But I will say this, I will vote. And I have a right to vote. And do you know what that vote is? It's a vote of no confidence. And the way I cast my vote of no confidence is not to sign an X, put an X in a box and put it in a ballot box. Is to walk away. I have the democratic right that you are denying me, and the government is denying me, of walking away. My vote is a vote of no confidence. If on your paper, Mr. Wordley, there is a box that says no confidence in government, or a hung parliament, I'd go along and I'd put it in, because that's democracy. Autocracy denies that box. You see how we think things through? I am an individual before God. I am answerable to God, and I will not vote an approval. I will not say Godspeed to this lot. Neither to councils. And that's the only way equally to alter things. Do you know, I was outside a classroom in the 80s and the students were complaining that the teacher wasn't teaching properly. And they were correct. And they just went on and on complaining. Teacher turned up. Sorry, just before the teacher turned up. I said, right, okay, stop complaining. Okay, let's do something about this. When the teacher turns up, don't go in. Stand outside. Stand outside. Okay? Let us all stand outside. The teacher turned up, unlocked the door. She went in. We stood outside. We were giving her a no vote. We voted no confidence in that woman. Well, she came out, didn't she? Came out of the classroom. What's the problem? The problem is that you're not teaching us properly. We need to be taught. And I'll tell you something now. She apologised. If she hadn't, if she'd have ranted on, we'd have walked off and seen the principal. She apologised, we went in, and from that day on, there was respect paid by that teacher and by us towards that teacher. And that teacher taught us properly. And this is how it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't get what you should get, you protest. Do something about it. Don't moan. Go straight and direct and do something about it. Take somebody else along if you like. Take a whole gang along if you like, as long as they're not unruly. Okay? But I'm going to end on that because I only began to just outline the fact that not only is so-called houses gone dead, lifeless, full of men. You go in and it's man, this man, that man. But that in the midst of us there are those that are so-called departing from the faith because they've never been in the faith. And they're defended by the pseudo-Protestants and the Arminians. And those two basically join together, you know. They've both got their idols. And this is why pseudo-Protestantism doesn't mind joining with Arminianism, patting one another on the back. We'll just beg to disagree, says the pseudo-Protestant, over saving faith. You know, you have your commitments, I have mine election. And then they go on and say, well, ecumenism, you've just done it. Anyhow, that's the life, that's the world we live in, isn't it? Let us not be surprised by people saying one thing and then going completely the opposite. Let us never be staggered. It's the way, as they say, of the world. And it's the way of God, first of all, and it's the way of the world, second. And do you know something? It's a pleasure. When one understands the way of the world, it is a pleasure. Because one isn't trapped. One sees the freedom that one has. And the position that we are all in. As crowned souls